My lovely friend and guest today is Christina Spinazola, who is, oh, I was thinking, how can I introduce you? So, you for me are the wild one, the adventurer, the human and coach who insists on finding the edge of the cliff and leaning over despite protestations from people around you, just because you can and you can't resist it.
It's true. I
Would that be
can't.
fair?
That would be very fair.
Excellent. That's good. That's good. That's how I love you anyway. So that's good. That's good. So I've got 3 questions, if that's okay.
I'm ready.
And the first one, what was the standout change for you personally from the school?
For me personally, it took understanding something intellectually to knowing something experientially, with the fact that you can learn in any environment in any moment. Of course, like we had the curriculum from the school, but I saw myself applying and understanding all of the content in all of the moments outside of the container. And to me, that just became a really fun game of like, the faster you grow, the faster you grow. And that's what I really
Love
took
that.
away from it.
Oh, I love that. That's a really cool answer. Can you think of like a specific where that came up? Is there something that stands out from the myriad of things?
Well, there's many, many moments in those 6 months of a lifetime. Let's see. I noticed it the first weekend I was there, the judgment that would come up around other people in the room, what was going on. And I started paying attention more to that than to the actual content.
Yeah.
So going home, I even noticed the interactions I had with people at the grocery store, people that I was talking with in my family, my friends, my prospective clients. Every moment just felt really rich. Like it doesn't end when you're looking for it.
Yeah.
So there are so many of them that are present, but not one is coming to mind at the moment.
I love that though. I love that the fact that you can kind of think, oh, go to a coaching school, learn a bunch of stuff about coaching or a coaching business, and that's it. That's like as far as it goes. But to see it about you and then to see that in every aspect of your life, that makes the school something different as well, doesn't it? Outside of just being a coaching thing.
Yeah, it was far beyond business for me.
Yeah.
It really touched every corner, every edge of my world.
Yummy. I love that. That's cool. Thank you. Biggest shift in your business, especially if it's something you couldn't imagine.
The amount of fun that I have with prospective clients. When I was really attached to an outcome there, it felt like I was playing it safe. And just given the way you even introduced me, playing it safe isn't what I enjoy. So being able to
I'm
more
amazed you can
strongly.
even say the words, actually, let alone have a crack at doing it. Please.
No, it's true.
Yeah.
So really being able to play with those conversations, to have fun, to test the edges even in the conversations there, it gave me a whole new level of access to freedom within my business,
Wow.
which has
That's
been
some,
more effective.
yeah. I was going to say that's so cool, isn't it? Because I think that's one of the pieces that people get hung up on the most, actually, is the whole kind of like enrollment piece. So to find more freedom in that is like, that's super brilliant, isn't it?
It's fun.
Yeah, that is cool. That is cool. I've got another question brewing, which is why I'm sort of keeping this moving, but I'll wait until it brews. Top tip for anyone who's considering, I mean, not just, people say, you're just promoting the school. Like, no, not really. People listen to this about anything they're doing, anything they sign up for, anything they read, any one-to-one coaching, anything at all, they're going to get more value out of it. So any tip around anything, but perhaps specifically the school, that you could pass on to people for how to make it coolest experience ever?
I have two things that popped into mind. The first is be really aware of the way you want to be perceived by your peers.
Ooh.
That impacted for me the way that I showed up through part of the school. And I think if I had that awareness beforehand, it would have been really powerful for me. So that feels like one,
Say more about that. Give me an example of that.
right? This is a space where everybody's there to grow their business.
Hmm.
And if you want to be perceived as though I'm already as successful as I want to be, you block yourself and limit yourself from sharing certain pieces.
Cool.
It
Got you.
blocks a certain level of vulnerability and sharing.
Got you.
I think knowing the way you want to be perceived, you then act in accordance with that, and it can block you
Yeah.
from accessing certain gold there.
I love that. That's really powerful, isn't it? Because like there's a ton of that in our industry of posturing and positioning and
Yes.
appearing to be at the top of the pile. Yeah, I've done loads of that in the past. Definitely. Yeah. And it's always
It,
bullshit as well. It's always bluff. Hmm.
and it seems as though to a degree it happens with all of us. So
Yeah.
just taking some extra time to be intentional to look at it beforehand feels really helpful. And
Yeah.
the second
Nice.
piece that came to mind when you asked that question would be, it's so easy to go into a program like this that says it is focused on business and assume where you'll get. Like, I want to get there by the end.
Yeah.
And as in a coaching container, if I have something I'm trying to make a client see, trying to get to a destination, I'm not present with it and it's not as fun. The unfolding is different.
Yeah.
So to be really open to what can show up through the school instead of having it be really prescriptive, it would be one of my highest recommendations.
I love that. I love that. I remember the point on the first weekend where I thought, I've got to fill my practice. And then my heart kind of sank as I thought, oh God, no, the way I'm going to do it is through some like no-brainer offer. But kind of going, yeah, but the energy was, I want to fill my practice and I know that this will do the job. So I've just got to get over myself basically and crack on with the job. And I like what you're saying there about following. So is there somewhere that you've gone that you weren't expecting to go, or is there somewhere you sense you're going that like wasn't on your radar?
One of the things I wanted to do through the program was to create a group.
Mm.
I love groups. I love being part of groups. I love facilitating groups. I love running groups. And I had this idea that through this program, I will create like my flagship thing, sell that, and have that through the program. What better time to do it than in a program designed to grow your practice?
Mm.
And it just didn't show up for me. It felt
Mm.
forceful if I was going to try to do that. And giving myself the permission to release that and just stay focused for now on my one-on-one practice. Again, like energy freed up to really focus on that thing. And when that changes, I don't know when it will, I'll follow that too.
I love that. So it's I like my overriding sense of listening to you today is like there was a lot around energetic freedom in
Yeah.
in the program for you. You found all sorts of things that were like vampires on your energy and released them, and then all of the energy for what was actually there. Is that a fair description?
That is a fair description, which can sound really like esoteric and non-tangible.
Mm.
And at the same time, it impacts your business, right? The way you show up with clients, which allows you to work with more people, right, more
Mm.
effectively. And your experience, this is my opinion, like your experience of running your business feels more important than the business itself. Right? If
Mm.
you have something that looks from the outside unbreakable and you are miserable in it, why be in it?
That's so true, isn't it? I love that you said that. Even down to like client creation. Why would you do any of those things in a way that you hate? Just because somebody says that's how it's done. Why not get creative and do things in the way that you really enjoy? Like I really enjoy doing this. you know,
And, and
it's
we talked
it's
about
just fun.
creativity through the program so much,
Yeah,
taking it and making it your own. So there
yeah.
was like permission to be free within the program, built into the program, which I felt was like different than anything I'd been part of before
Oh,
that
that's
felt
gold.
restrictive.
That's a really good catch. Just say that again.
We might have to go back and listen to that again.
Permission to be free that was built into the program as part of the program to make it your own. Something like that.
Yeah, right. Ankush would talk about a concept, a practice, something to do, and would really kind of give us the freedom to say, cool, now go take this and make it your own. It doesn't
Yeah,
have to look the way that I do it. Do it in a way that is you.
that's really powerful. Like something's gone off in me in that one. I can feel it. I can feel it like around here. Like something in the way you just shared that really landed. Yeah, that's a really, really good catch. Because it's so easy, isn't it, to go into something and just think you're learning the tried and tested, Hardison teaches Chandler, who teaches Kush, who eventually learns from Hardison as well, and you're just going to get processed food. And you're right, it wasn't that at all. It was fresh ingredients. Now go and cook. Go and cook the meal that you'd love to eat.
It, it feels like the idea of having structure
Yeah,
with room for spontaneity, right?
yeah,
Like this is the feel, this is the general thing. Now take that and adjust it to what feels best for you. Like that
yeah,
was built into the program, whereas so many business coaches or programs around building your business are very prescriptive. This is how you do it. You must follow it this way. And if you don't, you will fail.
yeah.
And to me, there was room to be yourself here, which felt really cool.
And I wonder whether that's down to the fact that, um, in fact, if I remember, I can ask Kush when he's sitting in that chair, which he's really kindly agreed to do. And so I wonder whether part of that is because he's embodying that himself. And people who are just basically teaching A plus B plus C plus D equals practice have never gone beyond A plus B plus C plus D equals practice. So it's you can't share what you don't have, can you? Cool, cool. Anything else you can think of that you want to bring out about the whole experience?
I feel like one of the other things that was useful for me, again, it felt like 6 months of just giving myself permission for certain things,
Hmm.
watching my own patterns come up in certain containers, being like, oh, that's interesting. Oh, that's interesting. Uh, I noticed my mind telling me that I should connect with everybody there. Right, you're in this room, and all the people are incredible. Like there's
Hmm.
no ifs, ands, or buts about that. And giving myself to connect with the people that I was drawn to connecting with,
Yeah.
and not making myself wrong to feel like I didn't have the bandwidth or desire to connect with every single person as much as I could was really, again, freeing. Like it to me was just freedom.
Yeah.
And that also transpired outside of that room to my current
I
relationship.
really hear that because it can be quite daunting, can't it? When it was like, I think it was 36 of us, wasn't there, in
Yeah.
in that cohort, and that's a lot of time to connect with people and a big variety. And there's no, as you say, the fact that you don't necessarily feel drawn to connect to everyone doesn't diminish anyone in any shape, sense, or form. So again, I hear a lot of freedom that you found, and I hear a lot of how you made it your own in what you're sharing. Like it really became your program. And I think that's a really powerful message for people. All the space is there to do that. Yeah.
And what is also just as possible is people going in and turning it into a jail cell,
Yeah.
right? It has to look a certain way. So part
Yeah.
of it is the way you get to show up to the program and seeing the choice available there.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Wow. That was brilliant. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome.